This the NC beat. I got a freak elite like Pablo Pete. 980 and Neo folders where the Charlotte leaks. 252 for the Greenville. Hat on blue for the Tar Heels. I can edge them on this paradox like crack foes, like the locks. We knock bolts and the notch. Now I know when he talks how I can't even announce my parents' script to reach the dot. Cause when this ball point to close, my mental travel hellish spots like astro projection. Cannot conjoint the two of us if there is no connection. But you can close section. The NCB, the NCB, the NCB, the NCB. Whoa, whoa.
Wow. Okay, Mr. Jackson, I love you, Mr. Jackson. For real, I do.
I do.
In the case of Gerald Jackson, you're free to go. Can't sue the truth. Case closed. Next case. The order.
It's closed. Next case. Thank y'all so much for tuning in tonight. This is your boy, Mr. Jackson. Y'all, hold on. Let me get something together. Hold on. Let me get something together. Y'all know I'll be having to leave. Be having to get my stuff together. All right, y'all. So listen. Thank y'all so much for tuning in tonight. This is your boy, Gerald Jackson. Y'all, tonight we're going to South Carolina. South Carolina, y'all. We're going to Greenville, Anderson, McCormick, South Carolina tonight, y'all. I have a mother who is on the other end, who is getting ready to talk to me about the disappearance of her daughter, 30-year-old Alexis Ware. Alexis went missing last year. She was last seen January the 30th, 2022. And so tonight we're going to talk. So before I get started tonight, I want everybody to like this video. If you're watching on YouTube, give it a thumbs up, share it, tell somebody that Gerald Jackson is live and Alexis Ware's mother is getting ready to talk with him. I want to thank everybody that's tuned in right now. So everybody share. Hello, everyone. Thank y'all so much for tuning in tonight. Shout out to everyone who is watching wherever you may be. Shout out to my moderators. There's 788 of you on Facebook right now that are watching. Thank you guys so much for coming on to hear this mother's story about her daughter. We want to know where Alexis Ware is. Moderators, if the haters come in the room, block their ass. All right, Miss Ware, excuse my Miss Alberta, excuse my language, but I need to tell the people, tell my moderators, if anybody coming here with the drama tonight, my bouncers will get you up out of here. Okay, don't come over here with your conspiracy theories. We don't want to hear that. Go to your channel, go to your page, and post it over there. But over here, we're dealing with facts. And over here, we're going to talk to the mother of 30-year-old Alexis Ware. Alexis is still missing. And so right now, I want to bring up Miss Alberta Gray Simpkins. How are you doing tonight, Miss Gray? Miss Simpkins?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing just fine. I want to ask you, how are you feeling right now? It's going on 1 year that your daughter has been missing. How are you feeling tonight?
It's stressful, but I deal with it day by day.
Yeah, I know. So let me ask you, you have your daughter's children right now. How are the kids? How old are they?
Naomi is 10 and Travell is 3.
Naomi is 10 and Travell is 3. Let me ask you, I want to ask you, I want you to tell us a little bit about yourself, where you grew up. You ain't got to go too much into too much detail. We don't want to give everybody too much. But can you kind of tell us who you are?
Well, I'm an early head start teacher here in the country area.
Right.
Born and raised in Greenville, South Carolina. Moved away about 11 years ago.
Okay. So your daughter is Alexis Ware, and she has been missing since last year, January 30th, 2022. Can you tell us who is Alexis Ware?
Alexis is a beautiful young lady who I birthed 30 years ago, soon to be 31 years ago.
Yeah,
Um, her birthday is March 11th. Um,
I know
one
this
of
is
my
a
one of my
I know.
she was my girl.
Yeah, yeah,
I miss her. Um, it's kind of hard day by day.
mm,
Trying to comfort her children.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I know. I know this. I know this is hard for you, and I don't want any question that I ask, to to overwhelm you. Um, Alexis is 30 years old, and last year she was living in Greenville, South Carolina.
She was.
She was
She was
living.
living in Greenville.
Yeah. What type of person was Alexis? Was she outgoing? Did she have a business? I mean, what type of things did she do?
Yes, she was very outgoing, very caring, very loving, give you the shirt off her back. She would do anything for anybody.
Hmm.
Um, she was a cosmetologist. She did
Yeah.
makeup, um,
Yeah.
self-made. Um,
Definitely. Yeah. Did she hang out with anybody? Like, was she because me, I'm a off to myself type of person. I don't hang out with a lot of people. I mean, how was her friend circle? Was it good? I mean, did she hang out with people that you liked, that you didn't like, or what type of person that she was as far as like her social life, as far as like friends? Did she hang out with anyone?
she hung out with a few people.
Mhm.
Some came into question. She questioned their loyalty. She
Right.
questioned their friendship.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
And she talked about a lot of things that was going on with her friends the
Hmm.
last week before her disappearance. And I can truly say from the conversations that me and her had,
Hmm.
yeah, she was right about a lot of things that she said.
Yeah. What kind of
I'm
conversation?
seeing a lot of true stories now.
Yeah. Yeah. Is it things as far as them not being here for you to in this fight, or what type of things that she told you about these friends that you're now seeing?
Their loyalty,
Their loyalty, yeah.
whether or not they was truly her friends.
Right. Yeah.
Um, she
Yeah.
questioned it.
She questioned it. Wow. So um I want to ask you, are these friends still around now? Have they been in contact with you since she's been missing, or no?
Not really. I might get a message here and there, phone call here and there to
Mhm,
ask me how's it going, how am I doing, how the children are doing, something like that.
mhm. And do you uh before we get right into the deep into the details of everything that's going on, I want to jump somewhere real quick. I want to ask you, did what your daughter told you when she came to your home the last weekend of January when you all was hanging out, do you think she told any of the friends? Like, did she tell you that she told her friends that someone was following her?
She told a few people
She
the
told a
same
few
thing she
people.
told me.
Right. And are some of the few people that have been contacting you trying to find out how you doing through all of this?
Mm, I would say maybe three.
Maybe three of them that she told.
Hmm.
Mm. So have you asked any of them what happened, if they knew anything?
Yes, I have.
And what did they tell you?
They don't know anything.
They don't
Um,
know anything.
no.
Wow. Did they
Um,
Go ahead, mom.
it's a couple that talked about conversations that they had with her
Mhm.
before her disappearance, a week, 2 weeks prior to her disappearance.
Right. And did they tell
And
you what?
they have drawn the
Mhm.
same conclusion that I have.
Yeah, yeah. Wow. So it is the last week of January in 2022. Now, were you guys just having like a family outing, spending time with each other? What were you guys doing when Alexis told you that someone was following her?
Um, it was at Friday, before she got here, that she said that she had been followed and she felt like someone was following her. Um,
Mm,
and she came here. She stayed that weekend.
right.
Um, and then she left that Sunday.
So she came to stay the weekend with you because someone had been following her, or she thought someone had been following her.
Yes, I don't think it was just that reason why she
Okay.
came here, because she came here all the time.
Right.
Um,
Right. Right.
it didn't have to be a reason.
Right.
She would just pop up and stay. Her and the kids would stay with us for the
Right.
weekend here,
Right.
there.
Right. But this particular time when she came over, she told you that she felt like someone had been following her or
She
trying
felt like
to.
her life was in danger. But
Mm,
she wouldn't tell me who,
right.
um, or why she felt the way she felt.
Right. Right.
I
Right.
don't
Right.
I don't know if she felt like she was protecting us by not telling us certain things, but
Mhm.
a lot of things she just wouldn't answer.
A lot of things she won't answer. What kind of questions were you asking her about, whoever this individual was or whoever was following her? What kind of questions were you asking her?
Who was it? She wouldn't tell me the name. She would just, I guess, being that it was a mean person, she would call him a devil. She wouldn't say the person's name. She just said that, when I asked who is it that's calling you or whatever, and she would just say the devil. She would call him the
Mm,
devil.
wow, wow, wow. So she was just calling them the devil. So she never did she say how long they had been bothering her?
Well, it seemed like everything happened so fast. Everything that transpired took place that week. Before
Mhm.
that, you didn't hear any of that. None
Right.
of that.
Right, 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 right. Now, were they also calling her as well, testing her phone? Did she say
Hmm.
about any of that? She did?
She did. She was getting phone calls. She was getting messages. That's why I would ask I had asked the detective, what did they find in her phone, because she was
Mhm.
getting phone calls and text messages, and he said it seemed like someone just sat and deleted certain things from her phone. A lot of stuff had been deleted.
So, and this is what was the detective name again? Flynn?
Fowler.
Fowler. I was saying Flynn the whole time. So, did he tell you that they were going to try to pull her phone records to see who she had been texting or who had been texting her and calling her? I mean, did
Oh
he say?
yeah, in the very beginning, it was said that her phone records would be pulled. So to me, the deleted phone calls and deleted texts, it shouldn't matter, because
Right.
it should have been in her phone records, and it
Exactly.
should have been in her iCloud account.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Now, was she dating anyone at the time?
No,
She was not dating. So it was just her and her babies that she were raising on her own. Um, wow, I just can't believe. So Detective Fowler has Detective Fowler been in contact with you since any of this?
he's been um I'll say we done had a few phone calls, a few emails, a couple of
Mhm.
meetings. Other than that, no.
Nothing.
He hasn't responded to my last email that I sent back in December.
Right. Wow. Now, during these meetings, I mean, was there any good information that he was giving you? I mean, what
No,
kind of what can you tell us?
nothing
Mhm.
in the meetings. Nothing has changed from the first day of her disappearance up until now.
Up
Nothing.
until now. Yeah.
So, um, when we would have these meetings, it would be like they really didn't believe she was missing. Um, they prayed that she come home soon. Maybe she just needed a break, that kind of thing.
And this is what Detective Fowler was telling you.
Oh yeah,
Did he give you any type of information to support what he was saying?
no, no. Other than um, me and her conversations, and I don't know how he draw that conclusion off of me and her conversations because we didn't have conversations about disappearing.
Mhm.
We didn't have conversations about needing a break from life
Right.
or a break from her children. We didn't have conversations.
Right.
Our last conversations was about her building her platforms,
Mhm.
building her career as a Instagram model.
Mhm.
She had just received notification from Google, not Google, Instagram, that they wanted to hire her as an Instagram model and employment effective immediately. And
Mm.
Facebook had created her a fan page.
Mhm.
They was going to start paying her.
Yeah.
Everything was based on her moving to Atlanta and starting over with her and her children. That's what she
Right.
wanted.
Right. 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 Right.
Nothing
Now.
about needing a break from life. She had photo shoots appointments set up and everything.
Mhm. Mhm. And she so out of all of that conversation, did anything when you really got into a place to think about um what was happening, because I know it was a lot. I know it was a lot, you know. Did you ever try to figure out how did he come to that conclusion that she wasn't missing, or that she may still be alive, and he hopes that that she come home? I mean, because from what you're telling me, there's no reason that Detective Fowler should have drawn a conclusion like that,
Right.
you know.
Well, one of the things that had been said, and I don't believe it for one bit. Uh,
Mhm.
her child's father told them that she said she wanted to spend a little more time with her son before she go. Like she wasn't coming back. Like that didn't make sense. And he's the only one that say that.
So the TJ Patterson, right?
Right.
Let me ask you this: how was her relationship with him? I mean, what was the? Because I see a lot of her pictures. I believe that that's him in the photos of him on her Facebook page, of him and a lot of their a lot of photos together. How was their relationship? Did she have any issues with him? I mean, did you see any problems? I mean, how was their relationship?
The issues that they were having was I would say speaking on it now, dysfunctional. Um,
Dysfunction.
it was things that took place that she didn't tell me about.
Okay.
Um, Abusive relationship.
Hmm.
I didn't know about that month,
Right. Until January.
until January.
So how did you find out that the relationship was abusive? That he was abusing her?
Um, She called me on a Friday night. It was January 7th.
Okay.
And she was taking her son to him. And he jumped on her that night. So
Mhm.
the photo that's floating around on Facebook with the blood running down her face,
Mhm.
that happened that night, January 7th. That is the first time I knew that he was putting his hands on my daughter.
Right, right, right. So January 7th of last year was the first time that you knew that he was putting his hands on her. So, but that was just a one time thing. I mean, how did you know? Did she call you and
No.
tell you?
We were that night, she called me on video. I answered, and she was crying and she was telling me, "Mom, I'm just tired of it." And I'm like, "Tired of what?" And she showed me her face. So
Mhm.
the picture that everybody see on Facebook, I saw it firsthand that night on video.
Right, right, right.
And she was sitting in their driveway waiting for the police to pull up. And she said,
Wow.
"Mom, I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of him putting his hands on me. I don't know why we just can't co-parent and let that be it."
Right, right.
She
So
said all she was doing was dropping her son off for the weekend, and that was it. She said, "I don't understand why he feel like he had to keep putting his hands on me." That's when I knew for the first time that he'd been doing it.
that he had been doing it. He had been doing it. Wow. So, but she wasn't dating him at the time.
No,
Okay, she wasn't dating. She just was. They were just co-parenting.
right.
She get the son. He gets the son. So
He likes to tell people that she didn't leave him. I left Lex. Lex didn't leave me. Um, that kind of thing. And there's certain reasons behind him actually leaving her. He didn't actually leave her. He had to leave her apartment. There were
right,
certain things that had took place. The reason why he
right,
ended up leaving her apartment. So when he would speak on that and say, "I left Lex. Lex didn't leave me," type attitude, um, then what was the reason you put your hands on her in January?
right, right, right. So I mean, what were some of the things that were going on that he had to leave? I mean,
Well, just like his pending charges that he has currently.
yeah,
Um, One of the victims involved in that case
hmm
actually reported him living with her. So
mm,
it wasn't by his choice that he left her apartment.
right.
He had to leave.
He had to leave. Yeah, yeah. And she was too beautiful anyway to be with someone like that that would abuse her and put their hands on her. So, was there any issues as far as was he trying to, I mean, get the son? Like, was he trying to fight her for the son? Or, I mean, what was his motive behind putting his hands on her? Did Let's ever tell you why he was doing it?
Um, Abusive, controlling, narcissist.
Yeah,
Um, a
just an
lot of it
abuser.
was behind cheating with other women, and if she questioned him about it, she said he would put his hands on her. So she couldn't even question him about other women, and they were in a relationship. So and he would do it, but that particular night when he put his hands on her, it was because she asked for her door key.
Right. Wow.
She
Wow.
He had moved out, and I told you the reason he had to move out.
Mhm.
But at the same time, he still had her door key. And when
Right.
she asked for her door key, that's when he did what everybody see
Yeah.
in that picture. That's when he did that. She told me that he punched me in my face about 4 or 5 times,
Mhm. Wow.
all because she asked for her key. And I have listened to his videos where he's denying the fact that he has ever put his hands on her. But
Mm.
even that night, he sent me an
Yeah.
apology message,
Yeah.
apologizing to me for
Yeah.
putting his hands on her. So, you know, him denying the fact that he has ever been abusive to her is all a lie. He admitted
Yeah.
it to me and apologized for it.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. So let me ask you this. So I understand now that the relationship between him and your daughter was abusive. He was a very abusive uh baby father. How did he treat his child? I mean, was he there for his son? I mean, how was his relationship with his son?
I'm not going to deny the fact that
Mm,
he's a good father to his son.
to his son, yeah.
Um, that has that's not even the issue as to why I went for custody. The reason
Right.
I went for custody for my grandchildren is because I want them to be raised together. They shouldn't be separated. You
Right.
know, a
Yeah.
lot of people have their opinions about, he should be with his son or his
Mhm.
son should be with him. The other baby father, she should be with her father. Well,
Right.
if people really knew what this 10-year-old really says about her father, it would blow your mind. But me having these children has nothing to do with saying either parent is a bad father.
Mhm.
My reason was to raise these kids together. You
Yeah.
know, they have to already deal with the fact that their mother is not here.
Yeah. Yeah.
So separating them is not a good thing. And that's the reason why I went for custody.
Right. And was he fighting you for legal custody? Was he fighting you as you were trying to gain custody of his son and Lex's daughter?
Of course.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, from my understanding, from my conversation, he's currently incarcerated, right?
No, he's not.
Oh, he's out.
No. Um,
Oh,
my granddaughter's father is incarcerated
okay.
for contempt of court.
Yeah, 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 yeah. We're talking about TJ, right?
No,
No, no, okay. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. Let me back up. I thought that it was TJ the whole time. I thought it was the son's dad. So
right,
it's this the daughter, your granddaughter's dad.
right,
And that's because he gave documents to a clown and he got locked up.
right.
Okay. So y'all, I forgive me for that. I thought it was the son's dad, TJ, but it's not TJ. So I apologize for that. It's her granddaughter. So why would he go out of court and give documents that a judge told him not to take outside of this court? I mean, what was his motive with that?
Being messy.
Being messy, yeah.
He
Being messy.
he's the reason why my daughter's case is like it is now.
Yeah.
A lot of things that has been said concerning my daughter's disappearance, he is the sole person.
Yeah, he's a sole
He is
person.
the main person that put all this, what I call a media circus, out here.
Mhm.
He's the main person
Right.
behind the fake pages, behind the messages that we have came across, and we realized where they was coming from.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Um, so to go to that level as to give someone else court documents,
Mhm.
he thought he was exempt from the law.
Right. Yeah. And they showed him.
Hmm.
So he started a lot of rumors behind your daughter's disappearance. That's just not true. And it has really, really gotten out of hand. But we're going to take care of that from our own conversation that we talked about. Um, so let,
Not even thinking about, he said he loves his daughter so
Mhm,
much, but you would disgrace her mother's name like this
mhm.
publicly,
Yeah,
and you think she's not gonna feel some type of way,
yeah,
you know?
yeah,
And that's the
yeah.
person that these clowns think should have his daughter.
Yeah. Right. So let me ask you. So let's come to your house this weekend. Well, that weekend, and she tells you that the devil or demon is following her, won't stop, but she doesn't tell you who it is. So, I mean, after she tell you what's going on and you question her, I mean, did she just let it go? I mean, what was her body language like, throughout that day before, she left?
Like I said, she was here that Friday.
Hmm.
Um, her mind, you can tell her mind was just all over the place.
Yeah.
She stayed in her phone. And
Hmm.
that's why, I told Detective Fowler that a lot of information has to be in her phone because she stayed on her phone. She
Yeah.
did a lot of texting,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so and I kept saying the key to her disappearance is in that phone.
Hmm.
And the only thing that he would talk about was um, someone actually took the time and deleted um phone calls, incoming phone calls, text messages, and all that. But I don't have an iPhone, so
Hmm.
I ask people that have iPhones, how does it work? So
Hmm.
they tell me once you send text messages or receive text messages, it's there. You
Hmm.
know, um,
Yeah.
so I don't know why in our conversation that's all he would talk about, as if you know you're not seeking out, or
Hmm.
I'm assuming that they have requested her phone records,
Right.
because I mean, even if it's the information is deleted from her phone, it's not deleted from her phone records, it's not deleted from iCloud.
Hmm. Right. Yeah. And being that they are law enforcement, they should be able to pull up her phone records. I mean, I can tell you right now, if somebody on this live send a threat to somebody and it gets deleted, I guarantee you the
It's
police can
not
pull it.
deleted.
Yeah, it just seemed
Exactly.
like that Detective Fowler is just a sleaze bag detective. Like he's lazy. He don't want to do no work. I mean, and I think what we need to do is we need to put his number up here so the people that is following Alexis' story can email him and send him a message and let him know that he need to get off his ass and he need to do something. And it needs to be quick. It's going on 1 year, and this young lady is still missing, and don't nobody know nothing. Don't nobody know where she at. So now I read a news article that I saw that Lexus had said that there was a black truck outside of the home, outside of her
Right.
apartment. Can you
Right.
tell me about that? What did she tell you about a black truck? What did she tell you about that?
She told me that it was a black truck following her.
Yeah.
Now, the day that she left here, that Sunday on the 30th,
Hmm.
she did go home. She told me that she was tired, exhausted. She wanted to sleep in her own bed.
Hmm.
So she did her hair, she did her makeup, she did everything. I guess she wanted me to believe that she was okay.
It
So
was
that's what
okay.
she
Yeah.
did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but they left here, and when I felt like she should be home, because it only takes me an hour, 15 minutes or so to even get to Greenville from here.
Right.
Um, so when I felt like she should be home, and I gave her time to settle down and you know get the kids situated, I called her. I purposely called her on video chat, just so I could see
Make sure that
that
she's
she
all
was at
right.
home.
Yeah. Hmm.
And she was already in her bed. It was right at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and she was in her bed.
Hmm. Hmm.
So um I was good with that. I was okay with the fact, okay, she's home, she's in her bed, she's resting.
Hmm.
And so when I asked my granddaughter what happened, what went on, um her mom was woke, somebody woke her up with phone calls, calling her back to back consistently. And she started panicking because Naomi tells me too that she looked out the window and she saw the black truck. So someone knows something about a black truck.
And this was the day. This was the day that she went back home.
Right.
Right. Okay. So the day. When she came, and she because I as a journalist and as a blogger myself, I know that when news media outlets are writing stories, they sometimes they put stuff in different places and it's not where you said it or how it's said. So I just want to clear this up. When she came to you that weekend, that Friday, she had told you that someone had been following her, calling her phone, and she referred to them as the devil. So then when she went back home because she wanted to sleep in her bed, she noticed that a black truck had been following her, her kids looking out the window and they said black truck, right?
Right.
So do we know if the black truck was parked by her vehicle? I mean, was it? I mean, so we don't know who this black truck belongs to.
No. She just told me that she saw a black truck out there in the parking lot of the apartment complex.
Of the complex.
So when I asked Naomi, she told me that it did happen.
Yeah. Did she say how long they were out there? Or let me ask you this: Did Alexis? So Alexis told you about the black truck, and then your granddaughter told you about the black truck, right?
Yes.
So did Alexis tell you that on the way back home there was a black truck following her?
No, she didn't say anything about it.
Okay, but so how long do we know how long the black truck was out in her apartment complex?
No, she didn't tell me that.
Okay. So so when you spoke to her at 3:00, she told you that she was laying down. So at what point did she tell you about the black truck? Was it when she got home? I mean,
No, when she was here, when
okay.
Alexis was here,
Got
she
you.
said that someone was following her in a
Right.
black truck.
In a black truck. Okay.
Naomi, after I spoke to Lex on video, I never spoke to her ever again.
Okay. Got
After
you.
that.
Yes, ma'am. I understand that.
But once I got Naomi, she told me about the black truck, that it was a black truck.
Right. Got you. Okay.
So, and once I talked to Lex on video, and she was like, "Mom, I'll call you back. I'm taking me a nap." That never happened.
Right.
I never got that phone call back.
Right.
So, I asked, what prompted her to go to Anderson? Like, I wouldn't have never knew anything about her even being out her bed.
Right.
What prompted her to go to Anderson?
Right.
So when we talk about Anderson, and all of a sudden she's up and gone, Anderson disappeared. How did it happen? So Naomi tells me that TJ kept calling her mom. And so when we think about it, he did the same thing that Saturday.
Right.
He did the same thing that Saturday. Kept calling her, kept telling her, bring me my son. Don't keep my son from me. Bring me my son, Lex. I want to see my son. I want to see my son. Bring me my son. That's what he kept doing to her. So that's how she ended up going to Anderson. Naomi tells me that he kept calling her. He wouldn't let her rest. So it's my belief that what took place that Sunday could have possibly happened that Saturday, because he kept jigging at her about coming to Anderson.
Right. So okay, so let me ask you this. So but he called. I get what you're saying because he called you and asked you, had you heard from her
Right.
that Sunday?
Right.
Right.
And that's when I found out that she was even gone from her
That
apartment.
she had
Like
went
the
there.
last time I talked to her, she was in her bed and she was, Mom, I'm taking a nap. I'll call you when I get up. That phone call never happened. I wouldn't never known that she even left her apartment if he had not called me at 7:30 that night,
That Sunday night.
that Sunday night.
Yeah. Because right. Because the kids are saying that Friday when she get back home, you speak to her at 3 o'clock. She want to take a nap. Friday, she's trying to rest. He called. I want to see my kids. Les. I want to see my kid. Don't keep my son from.
No, no, that Friday she
That
was
was
here.
Saturday. I'm sorry. That was
That
Saturday.
Saturday.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Saturday. So Saturday. I'm sorry, y'all. Saturday, she goes back because she leave your house around 12 noon, right?
Saturday she was here. She never left here Saturday.
Okay,
She
so
Friday and Saturday she never left here.
okay, so Friday and Saturday,
She never left.
I'm a little confused. Okay, so Friday she gets in town and she stays.
She stays. She
Saturday
never leaves.
she never
She
leaves.
never left Saturday.
Okay, so Saturday she's still with you. So Sunday she leaves and she goes she goes home, right?
Exactly.
So Sunday is January the 30th.
Exactly.
Okay. So you believe something, so you believe what happened to her happened what night?
No, I'm saying what happened to her that Sunday, disappearing like that,
Right?
could have happened that Saturday, because we think about the fact that he kept calling her about coming Saturday. So when he did the same thing Sunday and she went on, it
So,
happened Sunday.
but she didn't leave your place Saturday. She was there Saturday,
No, she
right?
didn't. But I'm telling you, I believe that what happened that Sunday would have possibly happened that Saturday had she did what he wanted her to do that Saturday.
Oh, okay. So what you saying is if she would have went to him that Saturday, like he was calling for her to come, she would have been already, she would have everything that happened to her Sunday, right? She would have been missed. Okay. I got you. I was a little confused, mama, just for a minute. Okay. A lot of people that come and say they get what you're saying. I'm sorry, mama. I just, I'm an auditory. Well, never mind. I ain't gonna go there. But anyways, I'm just trying to understand. Okay, I get what you're saying. Okay. So, so you were at home when he kept calling Saturday, or where were you at when he kept calling her Saturday?
Here in
You were,
my bed,
yeah,
you know, some
but,
people don't even realize the fact that I had just had surgery on the 20th.
right,
So
right,
when she
right,
was here that weekend, when Lex went missing, I had drainage tubes
yeah,
in and could barely move around.
right,
That weekend.
right, right, right,
And
right, right, right,
it
right,
was
right,
just, you know, so I
yeah,
was dealing with a lot at that time.
right, right,
Um and when he called that Sunday night at
mhm,
7:30, I didn't even know my child had left her apartment.
right,
Like the last time I spoke to her, she was in her bed. I'm looking at a video of her in her bed, and
right,
I'm good. I'm like, not stressing. I'm thinking
right,
she's good. She's okay. She's at home in her bed. Her kids are settled down. She's already made preparations for Naomi to go to school the next day, and that's what she said when she left here.
mm-hmm,
She had to get Naomi situated for school the next day.
right,
You know.
right, right,
And so I would have never known anything about her even leaving her apartment until he called me.
until he
And when
called.
he called me, he was like, Mom, have you talked to Lex? Have you talked? No. The last time I talked to Lex, she was taking a nap. She was in her bed taking a nap. Well, she came to Anderson and I got the kids and I just met her at the gas station. I'm like, Okay.
Right.
So where's she at now? And he said, well, she just sped around me and flew up to the red light and made a quick right or whatever. So he made it seem like to me that he was panicky about the fact that she had sped around him and then shot to the red light and made a quick right.
Right.
So, but when I think about that, that wasn't unusual.
Mm-hmm.
Lex car insurance was in my name because she was a high risk driver. She drove fast all the time. So that wasn't unusual. So
Yeah.
I felt like when he called me at 7:30, 7:30 is not late.
Mm-hmm.
That's not late at all.
Mm-hmm.
So
Right.
I felt like he called me because you knew we wasn't gonna see her after that.
Mm. Yeah.
Why
So,
call me at
mhm.
7:30 panicking about the way she drive when you already know how she drive?
Right. 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 So
Unless
let
you knew that something was gonna take place that night. And it was like early on setting up an
yeah.
alibi. To me, that's how I look at it.
Yeah. So let me ask you a question, Mom. So he called you at 7:30 and he tells you that they met at the gas station. But Lex didn't call you and tell you that she was going to a gas station to meet anyone, right?
Less than even call me and tell me she even left her apartment.
She left her apartment, right? So she normally do she know? I mean, do she normally say, "Mom, I'm about to run and take the kids to TJ" when she do take them to? Like, do she tell you when she's getting ready to take her son
Yeah, a
to?
lot of times Lex would have like she might call me and we chatted up the whole ride wherever she going.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Like
So,
we talked all day, every day.
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So he calls you at 7:30 and he asks you, have you heard from her?
Right.
So I want to ask you, um, so did he tell you that he tried to follow her? I mean, because if she's following him because he told you that she was supposed to follow him to his mom's house, right?
Exactly. You hear two different things when he says, um, I got the kids and she was supposed to follow me back to my mom's house. And I asked her where she was going, and she said she was going to her mom's house. That's what you hear him say.
Right, yeah.
But Lex would have called me, and Lex would have called me and told me that she was coming down here first of all.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't make sense to drop the kids off and say that she's going to her mom's house because she had just left here. And if
Mm-hmm.
she was coming down here, her and the kids would have came down here.
Right, right. So did he say if he followed her when she made the right turn, he would just call and ask
He
you?
said he didn't want to follow her because he had the kids in the car with him. Well, hell, he drive fast too. So if you was concerned about the way she was driving enough to call me, why not follow her?
Right, right, right. Hmm. So what else did he say? Did he say anything else on the phone call
It
about?
didn't, it didn't make sense to say that she was following him to his mom's house because if she was gonna follow him to his mom's house, why the kids didn't stay in the car with her?
Right, 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 right. Wow. That's crazy. So let me ask you a question. So you say he called you at 7:30.
Mm-hmm.
Did he tell you what time did they meet at the gas station?
When I asked him, so how long ago this been? And he said about 15 minutes. So I said, so about 7:15 or so, you saying this took place, you and her meeting at the gas station about 7:15? He said, yeah.
So because law enforcement ran the cameras back from the 7-Eleven, right?
Right.
What time stamp did they have on the cameras? Did they tell you?
I watched the video. My main focus was watching her on
Right,
video.
right.
I
And
was
what did
watching her on videos, and I don't really remember the time, but it was
okay.
around that time.
Yeah.
Um, but you can actually see them where she pulled up in the gas station parking lot, and not long after you can tell she was sitting there waiting on him, and then he pulled up.
Okay. Um, was she at a pump? Was she pulled up in front of the store?
Yeah, she was pulled up at the pump, at the gas pump.
At the pump. So the camera, you couldn't see anybody if there was anyone else in the car. Like, did she have tinted windows?
No, what the distance from the
I think she broke up. Are you there, Miss Michelle? Miss Alberta? I think her camera is freezing. It's been freezing a little bit. Hold on, y'all. Let me see. Give me a minute. She might be getting a phone call. Um, so to my moderators, block anyone in the comments that is coming here to intimidate Miss Alberta and her story. Block them. I don't give a care who it is. Block them. Because when the media outlet tried to interview whoever, they didn't want to do an interview. So um so right now I'm interviewing Miss Alberta Gray Simpkins. She is the mother of Alexis Ware, who was last seen on January 30th, 2022 last year. Um so let me see. Give me one moment. Let me see. Something's going on. Wait. Um, hold on, you guys. So, all right, hold on, you guys. Let me see if I can get Miss Miss Alberta back on the line. Y'all stand by just for 1 minute. Give me one moment, y'all. Give me one moment. Give me one moment. Give me one moment. Give me one moment. We're having some technical difficulties. So I am speaking with Alexis Ware's mom is Alberta Gray Simpkins. She's coming back on in just a few minutes. We had a little technical difficulty, y'all. So just bear with us. And it seems like we're still having technical difficulties. Hold on. We might got to get Miss Alberta on the line, on the phone line. Let me see. Hold on, y'all. Bear with me. All right, y'all. So just give Miss Alberta a couple of minutes. Moderators, block these holes in the comments, please. Block them. And if anybody asking why we blocked TJ, you will get blocked. So block them. Okay, so Miss Alberta is showing her in there, but it's not showing her camera, her video. What is going on? Okay. Block them, moderators. Block their ass. I'm gonna add about 40 more moderators after this live tonight. Okay, thank you. Okay, so let me see. Hold on. Let me get her on the phone line instead. That's what we about to do. Let me get her on the phone. Hold on. Let me get her on the phone, y'all. Bear with me. Bear with me.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Oh, you can hear me? Wait, let me see what I got going on. Hold on. Okay. So you can hear me now?
I can. Let me see.
Okay. I can hear you. I can see you.
It seems like my volume is low or something.
Oh, it seems like it's low. Hold on. Let me turn my mic up. Let me see. You probably could just press it on your let me see. Hold on. Is it still low? Are you is it still low?
It's low, but I can hear you.
Okay. I'm gonna try my best. Now, if you remember what we just discussed, I can shoot you back down again and then just put it back where we was talking about and then just try again. Because we were on the phone, so that's probably why it's low.
Okay.
Okay. So
So
I'm gonna
back out. Go back
yep.
out.
So I'm gonna drop you down and then just do what you just did a few minutes ago.
Okay.
Okay. All right. All right, y'all. Give me one moment. This is live. This ain't pre-recorded, baby. This is live, raw, uncut, unfiltered. Well, no, she's saying that I am low. So if she can't hear me, you know, I mean, she has to be able to hear me.
I'm
Okay.
fine
Can
now.
you hear me good now?
Yeah.
Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. We need to give him a praise break right now, Miss Alberta. Okay. Now, Miss Alberta, I don't forgot where we was at. Do you remember where we were at? Because the devil
Yeah.
tried to come in and distract the light, but we bind him
Well,
up.
when we was at we were talking
Yes.
about being at
Okay.
the gas
Yep.
station
The gas
and
station.
her being at the pump.
Uh-huh. So I know, let me say this. I know some gas stations where the camera can show like even at the pump who in the passenger seat and who in the in the driver's seat. But if she had tinted windows, and depending on the quality of the 7-Eleven, I heard they ain't got no good camera. So I don't know. Do they have good camera? Good
Yeah,
camera?
it looked like it. It looked like from the camera angle that we saw and viewed, it said that they had the camera was on top of the building.
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay.
And we actually went to that 7-Eleven and we inquired about the other cameras because it looked like they had cameras all the way around the building.
Right. So how did that go?
They said all those cameras don't work.
What? So only one camera worked,
Right,
and that was the one on top of the building. I mean, did
right.
that camera capture like
It
even the side?
captured the entire whole parking lot.
Okay, so that's probably why they probably don't have them on. Okay, I can understand that. I'm just trying to get an understanding if it gave a whole 360 or degrees or 90, whatever. So what did you see on the camera? You saw Let's come in. You see her waiting for
She was
TJ.
waiting. You forgot to put your logo back up.
Oh yeah, let me put it up. Okay, because you know they stealing. They're gonna try to steal it, but it's all right because I'm gonna strike their ass. So, so what kind of car did TJ pull up in?
What is that? A red Charger.
Oh, he pulled up in a red Charger. Okay. So tell me what did you see on the video after he pulled up?
You can actually see her pull up, waiting. He eventually pulled up. And he goes in the store and pay for gas. Um, and then you see them exchange the car seat and everything with the kids and get the baby's book bag.
Mm-hmm.
Which is puzzling to me because I could see him touch the car and everything.
Okay.
And from my understanding, her car done been wiped down. So that doesn't sound like a person walking away from the safety of their vehicle, needing a break from life.
Right.
Because somebody wiped her car down.
Right. Yeah. Wow. So, and this come from the detective telling you this information.
Her children's prints wasn't even in her car.
Wow. Yeah, that don't sound like somebody that want to break, because if you want to break, you just gonna pull what you pull, and if you gonna run and do what you do, you gonna do it. And
Exactly.
you know what I'm saying? So
My print should have been in her car.
mhm.
And I purposely didn't get that information in the very beginning just to see if they was gonna come back and tell me that they found my prints, because my prints are registered.
Right. Yeah. So so he touched the car. Where did he touch the car? Or what part of the vehicle did he touch?
You know how somebody touched the outside frame like they leaning in to get something?
Yeah, okay, yeah.
They used to lean in to get
The car seat.
the car seat and everything.
But you didn't see any hands touching anything other than
His,
him reaching in, grabbing the car seat. Did he touch
his
a
hands
door?
touched his hands touched the outside of the car, the door,
Mhm.
the top frame of the car. You can see him touch the car.
So when the detective told you that there were prints found, did he say where they found them at, specifically on the outside of the vehicle or on the
Well,
vehicle?
no prints on the outside of the vehicle. On the inside of the vehicle, the only prints that was on the inside of the vehicle were her prints at the driving area, the steering wheel area, the gear shift. That's it.
Okay, so I thought you told me that there were prints on the door handle that had mud on it. Maybe I read that in an article or something.
No, I never said that.
Okay, so there were
Because they told us they didn't find any prints but hers.
So they didn't find any prints but hers, and that was on the inside of the vehicle.
Right.
Okay, where at on the
Her
inside of the vehicle?
and right there at the driver area, the steering wheel, the gear shift, all that. Um, she didn't have a gear shift. She got the like the push buttons.
Okay, so I'm reading. Okay, so I'm reading the article. Um, okay, so I'm reading an article that it said this is an oxygen.com article. It says Simpkins, then referred to as Alberta Gray, told the state, I guess this is a news article, that investigators told her they were able to get prints off the vehicle, which had been covered in mud, but they have not said whether the prints matched to Ware or anyone else. So, but these were prints that were found on the inside of the vehicle. So where did the mud come in at? Was that
I
just
have
something
no
they
clue.
misquoted?
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. Because
Okay.
I was told that the only prints they did forensics,
Mm-hmm.
but when forensics came back, they said the only prints was in her vehicle were hers, and that's it. Her
Right.
children prints wasn't even in her car.
Right.
Um,
Right.
it was
Mm,
even that Saturday, one of her cousins that lives here
right.
had been back and forth to her car. Her prints wasn't even in the car. My
Mm-hmm.
print shit, I was helping her look for something. Actually, she was looking for a pair of white jeans, and I'm helping her look for them.
Right.
And so my prints wasn't even in the car.
Right. Right. Right.
So
Right.
I
Right.
just
Right.
I just felt like all that was unusual. Her kids been all over that car. They
Mm-hmm.
prints wasn't nowhere in the back seat, passenger side, nothing.
Right.
No prints were found in the back seat, trunk, or passenger side. The only prints they said they found was the driver's side, and that's it.
Wow. So
That's very unusual.
yeah. So everything was wiped clean other than her prints. So I'm just trying to figure out how would an individual, I mean, it would okay, so let me back up. He gets the kids out, so he doesn't say anything about someone being in the car, or if there was someone in the car with her, we wouldn't know because
Well,
he ain't
no,
saying anything.
um, Naomi knows. So she would have known.
Mhm.
Naomi said no one was in the car with them, no one was in the car with him.
Got you. Okay.
So what we believe took place, because you have him calling me about 7:30.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then we find out that her vehicle was seen on traffic cam
Mm-hmm.
at 7:30.
Right.
Beltonwood Apartments, less than 5 minutes from the gas station.
Right.
Her vehicle was seen on traffic cam.
Right.
Okay, at 7:30. Then again at 8:50.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Does it make sense that her phone pinged in Abbeville at 8:35?
Mm. Wow. So let me back up. Let me back up a little bit, mom, because I'm following you. Let me back up a little bit.
But let me say this.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Traffic cam 7:30, then again at 8:50.
Mm-hmm.
Phone pinging in Abbeville County at 8:35.
Mm-hmm.
But then when her vehicle was found in McCormick, her keys, cell phone, purse, driver's license, everything on the passenger seat. How did her phone ping in Abbeville at 8:35 and then her vehicle was on traffic cam at 8:50? There's not a there's not enough time in between.
Right. So when you looked on traffic cam, what was the highway? I mean, were you familiar with the highway or the road she was on when you saw the traffic cam?
Um, no,
You
I
wasn't.
had to find my way to. that area.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
So go ahead, mom. Go ahead.
none of that makes sense as to a person needing a break.
Right. I'm just trying to understand because to me it sounds like that wasn't her driving her car,
That's what I said.
but there wasn't nobody in the car when they left the gas station.
And
So
I believe when she went to Beltonwood Apartments, I'm thinking that he said, "Hey, would you go pick up something for me in Beltonwood Apartments? So can you take this to so and so Beltonwood Apartments for me?" And whatever happened took place in Beltonwood Apartments.
so there were video cameras at what is it? Beltonwood?
Oh, they say they don't work.
Oh, the cameras don't work. So what was this apartment complex that Detective Fowler said that her vehicle was seen a couple of times at?
Beltonwood Apartments.
That one
And
apartment.
and that's only because when you leave out of there, because we went and passed out flyers one weekend and we saw the traffic camera that they was talking about.
Mhm.
So the traffic camera that you see that picked up her tag leaving the apartments is you don't see her vehicle going into Beltonwood Apartments, but the traffic can pick your tag up when you're leaving out.
You leaving out.
Right. Um, but there's cameras all over the apartment complex that supposedly don't even work.
Right. So you thinking that whatever happened to her happened at Beltonwood and whoever did something got her car and tried to just drive it somewhere to dish it? To dish
Exactly.
it? Yeah.
I believe she was set up.
So, but you believe she was set up. So, but TJ, when he called you, he didn't say anything about her as far because it's really weird to me that when they find her vehicle in McCormick, that everything is in there, her keys, her purse, her wallet, her phone, and even her daughter's phone, right?
Even her phone.
Even her girl. So why did Naomi take her phone with her? Because Naomi also went with TJ, right?
Right.
So why did Naomi take her phone with her?
She wouldn't let Naomi take her phone.
Mm, okay. So woo, this is really deep. So um so they say there are no cameras. So who spotted her vehicle in Belmont Apartments?
Um, Detective Fowler is the one that told us that I guess whatever system that they have with these traffic cams that they can go in the system and see where your vehicle traveled, the area, directions, or whatever. And they are the ones that found that her vehicle had been in that area.
Been in the area. And in the
Right.
article, he stated a couple of times.
No, they told us about 7 times throughout the whole month of January,
Ah,
but twice that night. Twice that
yeah,
Sunday
right,
night.
right,
That
right.
Sunday night, 7:30, and then again at 8:50. And somehow that phone and that car became separated because ain't no way her phone pinged in Abbeville County at 8:35 and vehicle seen coming out of Beltonwood Apartments again on traffic camera at 8:50.
Right.
Doesn't make sense. And when the car was found in McCormick, there's the phone on the seat. That's what they
Right.
told me. Her vehicle, her the keys, her
Mhm.
purse with her driver's license and all her identification is in her purse with two phones on the seat. Does that sound like a woman getting out of the safety of her vehicle to walk away talking about needing a break?
Right. Doesn't sound like it to me. So her hmm, her bonnet was found on the ground as well.
Right.
Did they try to did Detective Fowler pick that up to try to see if there were prints on that?
I don't know. The only thing they told us is that her bonnet was found on the ground near her vehicle.
Mm-hmm. Did he say that a door was open, a door was closed? I mean, what kind of details did he give you about the state of the vehicle when they found it?
They told us that the vehicle was muddy.
It was muddy.
With her keys, purse, cell phones, both cell phones,
Right?
and but there's no mechanical issues.
Yeah.
She didn't have any mechanical issues. There was no reason for that car to have been left where it was left.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I've still never seen the exact location of where her vehicle was left. But from
Right.
what I've been told, it's an area that no woman would be in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So it just sounds like to me, I just honestly believe that Detective Fowler and the Anderson County Sheriff's Office is just really, I mean, they're slacking. I don't think they did a thorough investigation. I think that this investigation is a little messy, and a new set of detectives need to be on the case to kind of clean this up. So
That's what we want at this point because there's no way we should be hearing the same thing that we heard at the very beginning a
yeah,
year later.
yeah. This is a very, 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 very messy. I mean, this needs to be cleaned up. So, um, I want to ask you, deep, 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 deep down inside of you, do you believe your daughter is still alive, or do you believe she's gone?
As much as I would love to have my daughter home with me, no, I don't believe she's still alive because there's no way she would stay away from me.
Yeah.
No way,
This,
no way she would stay away from her kids. Her kids ain't never been this long without her.
yeah. 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 I wonder where she
There,
could.
it has to be something. There's a major reason for her to stay away from her family like this. It never happened.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just. I just. It's this. This is crazy, and still to this day, there's no trace of your daughter. There's no trace of Let's anywhere.
Exactly. So do that sound like a woman just walking away from her children, her family like that? Something has happened. Something big has happened. And
Yeah.
somebody knows something.
Yeah.
You know, despite the fact that people want to make a joke out of this,
Hmm.
you know,
Yeah.
and she was human.
Yeah.
You know, she was my child. That
Yeah.
meant everything to me.
Yeah. Yeah. And
But her disappearance has turned into a social media circus and people make fun of it.
yeah, they do. They do. And you know what? It's so crazy. It's so crazy, Miss Alberta, because people want you to be bent out of shape. People want you to be falling all over. People want you to just, people on social media want you to be a certain way to make them feel like you're telling the truth. But that's not how it works. It doesn't work like that. You know, and I want to tell you, and I've been doing this for years, despite what, this individual has put out there, I don't believe that you have anything to do with your daughter's disappearance. I just feel like people don't get your personality and how you talk and how you carry yourself. It's different. It's not like, I'm just it's not like, you know what I'm saying? It's like you're in the moment and you're dealing with a lot. You're raising let's kids and people don't
I don't
understand.
I don't I don't just have Lex kids.
Right. Okay.
I have
Yes, ma'am.
three small children of my own. I have
Yes,
a
ma'am.
total of seven
Yes,
children.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Seven.
Yes, ma'am.
So, I
Yes,
have my days where I
yes,
have
ma'am.
my moments,
Yes, ma'am.
um, and I break.
Mm-hmm.
But for the world to see me, the way they feel like they should see
Hmm.
me,
Yeah.
hey,
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah. Yeah.
we still have to live. I still
Yeah.
have to provide for not just my
Mhm.
family.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I can't let this consume me.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yes,
I
ma'am.
pray for answers daily.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I want justice for my child.
Yeah. Yeah. And Miss Alberta, it's like anyone who child goes missing. What can you really do other than ask people to share the flyers? Ask people if you have any answers, please. I mean, you can't put a gun to people's head and say somebody find my child. You get what I'm
Right,
saying? It's like,
right.
what do you do if it was up to you? And you could
The
have, that's
per
just like when a person's child go to jail. You know how many parents wish they can override the judge and overrule the judge for sentencing their child. If there was something that they could do, they would do it. But
exactly.
sometimes it's nothing that you can do. And you have people that are upset and mad and angry because the story don't make sense. It don't make sense to you. It don't make sense to me. You get what I'm saying? But
Exactly.
that doesn't mean that someone had something to do with it. There are there's a lot of stuff that I don't tell my mama or my brother. You get what I'm saying? It's not like, oh, uh the mama, his Gerald mama ain't telling everything, or his brother ain't telling everything, his auntie ain't telling everything. It's woo 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 woo
You
woo.
know what I say about that? They
Hmm.
need to pay attention who is putting my name out there,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
hmm,
pointing fingers,
exactly.
you know.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what I feel about it.
yeah. And
But
I already told you how I'm going to help you. We're gonna deal with this individual. We're gonna deal with him Godspeed. So I also, because the Shanquella Robinson family, they're dealing with the same thing, and they're getting ready to deal with this individual, and so am I. And now I'm in with this case, and now my attorney has gotten involved today, and we're about to deal with this individual, and we're gonna help you deal with them too, because when you put stuff out there, you're gonna have to produce receipts. You can't just say something and make allegations and don't think you're not gonna pay for it, because you are. And I'm gonna make sure that you do. Now, let me ask you one last question. January 31st, after January 31st, that Monday, you guys didn't hear anything about you didn't hear anything about well, you didn't hear anything or from Let's. You didn't hear from her. You didn't get any information or anything, correct?
I knew when I didn't hear from Lex that Sunday night that something was wrong.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
A lot of people had so much to say about, well, why her mom didn't call and report her missing. Well,
right,
hell, I wasn't given time to, because
yeah,
I was always told when you report somebody missing, you have to wait them 48 hours.
yeah.
And that's
You
all
do.
I was doing was waiting them 48 hours.
Yeah, you do. You do. Sometimes it's 24 hours, but sometimes I've seen it 48 hours. Most of the time it is 48 hours from my understanding. I
Hmm.
believe in North Carolina it's 48 hours. But then depending on the police department or in the situation, they'll sometimes go ahead and accept it or what have you. Um so um so let me ask you a question. Um, did Naomi go with TJ a lot?
She went on the regular.
She went on a regular.
That wasn't unusual.
Yeah.
That is the first time Lex has met him like that and given him both children.
Okay.
Normally she would meet. Um, normally she would go to TJ's mom house and just dropping the son off, and sometimes Naomi would stay too.
Right.
But so him getting Naomi, no, that wasn't unusual.
Yeah. Yeah. So, what was I about to ask you? So it wasn't unusual that he would also get Naomi. Did he tell you why they were meeting at a gas station?
Um, he said Lex called him, but Naomi tells me that he
He
was
was
calling
calling.
her.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't understand that part. Um, Naomi's telling me that he kept calling her mom.
Hmm.
So, like I said, from what I believe took place, I believe he same way that he bugged her that Saturday about bringing his son to him,
Right.
he did the same thing that Sunday. And so it's my belief that he probably said, um, bring me my son, kept at her about bringing his son.
Yeah.
Most likely she probably said, I don't have the gas for that.
Right.
And he probably said, if you bring me my son, I'll put gas in your car. So that's why I believe the 7-Eleven took place.
Yeah. 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 Right. 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 He want to put gas in the car for her coming up there to bring him the children and all that stuff. Miss Alberta, is there anything else that you want the public to know about your daughter and her disappearance?
Um, I just be glad and I'll be grateful when God sheds some light.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you have a GoFundMe or anything set up? I mean, any way that we can show love and support you all and support Let's Kids and I want you this is what I want you to do. When we get off, I want you to send me the detective Fowler's um email and phone number that you have. I think we should blow it up to try to get some answers and figure out, why he has been so slouchy in this. Now, I do
Because
want
they thought it was a publicity stunt. Uh, for what reason she would need to pull a publicity stunt
yeah,
doesn't make sense to me.
right.
But that's what they thought. That's what
Hmm.
they think.
Yeah,
And I don't think they're doing nothing.
yeah, yeah. So I read something that said that TJ had an alibi, and I know we spoke about this earlier. What was his what was his alibi? Who was his alibi?
His GPS monitor says that he never left back out when he got home with the kids. But my granddaughter say he left back out. So I don't know what's true.
So they want us to believe that because he didn't leave back out in his car, that he didn't go back out that night.
Well, he has an ankle monitor.
Oh, he has an ankle monitor.
Right.
He still has it on him?
Right.
Why does he have an ankle monitor on?
For his pending charges.
What are those charges?
4 attempted murder charges along with 6 other charges.
Wow. Wow. And I mean,
And he's been on social media too as well, bashing my name, but I'm the reason he's out. I gave Lex the money for his bond.
before any of this happened.
Right.
So let me ask you this. Why did you give her the money for his bun after when he was abusing your daughter?
Because I didn't know about the abuse.
Oh, before,
The
right.
the bond hearing took place back in September of 2021.
Got you. Okay, I got you. I understand. I understand. I
So
understand.
I was doing something that she asked me to do.
Right, right. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I understand that. I understand that. Um, and I, I mean, I'm gonna say this. I was on house arrest before. Okay. And they can pinpoint where you are on that monitor. Um, so I can't say, well, if that's what the alibi they said, then you know, whoop de whoop whoop. But that doesn't mean that he didn't set it up because he knew that he couldn't do anything himself. I mean, how do you feel? Do you believe TJ Patterson is involved with your daughter's disappearance?
Yes, I do. And my grandson is the motive.
So he wanted to try to get rid of Let's so that he can get custody of your grandson.
Exactly. Lex
Yeah.
wasn't leaving her children.
Yeah.
By no means Lex needed a break from her children.
Mhm. Yeah.
Lex made preparations and arrangements to move to Atlanta.
Mhm. Yeah.
She could have started moving on the 28th of January to Atlanta.
Yeah. Yeah.
She had until February 28th to complete her move.
Mhm.
He didn't want her to leave here with her son. He didn't want her to leave South Carolina with her son, with his son.
Right. Yeah. Wow. I mean, was there
Despite
anything?
the mess that people got out here talking about stuff that she never did because she
Mhm.
wasn't that type of person.
Yeah.
All that about
Mhm.
robbing people and this and that and the other, all these stories.
Mhm.
My grandson, I believe, is the motive behind my daughter's disappearance.
Yeah. Right. Wow. 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 Wow.
I have an email where she described in great detail what was going on in their relationship. And she sent this email to Atlanta Housing Authority on the
Mhm.
23rd.
Yeah.
She
Trying
was
to.
in her social worker's office at Greenville Housing Authority on the 25th. They were on a three-way call with her apartment manager, with Atlanta Housing Authority, and they had her approved to break her lease and move to Atlanta by noontime on the 25th.
Right. Right.
Because when if I showed you this email, she is describing the abusive relationship that she has endured.
Mhm.
The things that he has said to her. And he has said to her, and I've told him, I've heard him say to her, bitch, I will murk your ass. I've heard him say that to her. And he didn't even know I would be there when they have some of their arguments and they would be on the phone arguing. And I've
Wow.
heard him say that. And I told him I've heard him say that.
And what was his response?
He didn't mean it.
Hmm.
He didn't know I heard him say that.
Yeah.
All that, don't take my son from me. My grandson, when this all comes out, when the truth is revealed, everybody will see that my grandson is the motive behind my daughter's disappearance. Despite everything that everybody has put out here, all these accusations that everybody got out here, none of that. None, my daughter didn't have no enemies.
Yeah.
She wasn't messy and ran around and did some of the stuff that these people are trying to say.
Yeah. 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 Wow.
None of
So.
that took place. The only person that wanted to do something to her and told her that he would do something to her is
Yeah.
one person.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got text messages between them two. I got pictures, email that where she described in detail. I got all of it.
Mhm. Do you think that TJ Patterson is the demon or the devil that she was referring to? I mean, after you've thought about this.
Hell, he probably that's what I call him.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. They said that he was in the chat tonight and he thought that I was gonna let him come up and try to intimidate, but that's not how I roll.
He can't
Um,
intimidate me.
yeah. But I wasn't gonna let him up anyway, even if he was in there. Um, so how do you?
The same way he jumped on social media and he done did interviews and he tried to make people believe that me and my daughter had this dysfunctional relationship, that we didn't get along, that I was jealous of my child. No, I love my child dearly, and he know that. He knew what kind of bond we had.
Yeah, but that's
So
what they
why
do,
get on
though.
social media and tell a lie about what type of relationship me and my child had?
Yeah, that's what they do, though. They always try to turn families against each other. Try to say, "Oh, the mom was jealous. Oh, this." That same
All
thing they're
that
trying to do
he
in
done
Shanquella
said
case.
about him and his family love my daughter more than her own family. No, that's a lie.
Yeah,
Because your
yeah.
family watch you beat my child and then lie for you about it.
Wow. Let me ask you a question. Why didn't Alexis go down and file charges on him after he would assault her?
Scared of him.
Scared of him. Yeah. Yeah. Do you think that if TJ was the devil that your daughter was referring to, do you think she would have told you? I mean, and the reason why I'm asking you this is because sometimes parents can say you need to leave them alone because I don't like them. They no good for you. Don't deal with them. Do you think she probably didn't tell you because you probably told her to leave him alone or stop dealing with him, and she probably didn't want you to know that she was still messing with him or anything?
Well, I believe that's why throughout the entire relationship, she didn't tell me that any of this was going on, because she know what I would have said.
Right. Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
She know exactly what I would have said, and I damn sure wouldn't have gave her the money to get him out.
Right. Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
She know exactly what I would have said. But
Yes,
I
ma'am.
did tell her when I found out January 7th, that Friday night, I told her then, you need to stay the hell away from him and stay the hell away from his family, because those people don't give a damn about you, and he can
Mhm.
kill you and they'll lie for your ass. They'll lie for his ass. And I
Mhm.
told her that. I told her to stay the hell away from them people.
Yeah. Now, let me ask you a question. This apartment complex, did you know anyone that Lex knew that lived over there?
No.
Do TJ have any ties to him?
Yes.
What kind of ties did he have to the apartment complex?
He has associates that lived out there. From my understanding, he got a family member that lived out there. One of the apartments that we had went to and inquired about, because my granddaughter told me that that's where she went. I found out after the fact that the person is a relative of his.
Mhm.
But when the person spoke to us, they told us that they didn't know my daughter.
Yeah. 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 So what is his visitation rights with his son? What are those I mean, what do they look like
It would be every other weekend.
every other weekend? What is the motive for Naomi's dad for trying to get her because Lex is gone? Is that his motive?
He didn't do a damn thing when she was here. Despite what he tried to put out there, he ain't no good.
Yeah. Yeah. And God is giving
And
you the
it
victory.
didn't mean his visitation with his daughter didn't mean nothing to him, because the judge told him that if he speak about the custody hearing on social media, that she will lock him up for contempt of court and she will terminate his visitation. So if he cared about his child, why do it?
Why do it? And why go to somebody that ain't credible? Why go to someone with fake gold in their mouth and fake jewelry on? Why go to somebody that's delusional and retarded and ain't got the sense God give a Billy go? Why? I mean, a bird is smarter than some of these people. Why would you risk your visitation rights with your child just to feed a liar and someone who is a Unabomber? Like, why would you do that now? So, oh Lord have mercy, Jesus. Miss Alberta, is there anything else you would like to say? Thank you so much for coming onto the North Carolina beat and telling us this story. I want you to send me the detective information. And I'm gonna do a follow-up story about this, and I'm gonna include Detective Fowler's information. And we're going my followers, we want a thorough investigation. I feel like that this investigation has been sloppy, and if people say that they are innocent and they ain't got nothing to do with it, then but there needs to be a genuine investigation. And I'm just so shocked and surprised that the FBI has not got involved with how strange.
We have requested the FBI to get involved. See, people think I'm sitting back not doing nothing because they feel like I need to entertain them for some reason.
Yeah,
You know, at the end of the day, it's still my daughter, not
right.
theirs. You
Yeah,
know, I don't understand why they feel like I need to justify what I do.
right,
I don't
right.
have to show my hand, but
Yeah,
I've
you don't have to.
requested the FBI involvement.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
um,
I know.
the thing that people forget about is the fact that she never came here, and I believe that's one reason why it was said that, oh, she said she was going to her mama house. Well, it never happened.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And people are forgetting about the fact that she actually went missing in Anderson, not down here where I'm at.
mm-hmm.
And her mama was sick in the bed and had just had surgery, so I don't know what the hell they thought I'm gonna do with my own child,
Yeah, yeah,
and for what reason.
yeah.
That's why I feel like all this mess about me and her having some type of dysfunctional relationship. That's why all that is being said.
Mm-hmm. But you
And
know what?
Lex didn't, and all that running off because she owed people money and all that. No,
Yeah,
Lex didn't borrow no money from nobody because Lex knew all she had to do was ask her mama.
right. Exactly. You already done got the nigga out on bond for attempted murder. So I mean, you know, why won't she at you get what I'm saying? You know, people
She
are
didn't owe
just
nobody.
yeah,
She didn't
people are
owe
just
nobody.
crazy. People just crazy.
You know, what these people have done, all that did was created a hindrance in the investigation.
Mm-hmm.
But what does it matter to them?
Yeah.
It's not their child, it's not their
Not that
daughter,
child.
it's not their
Yeah.
sister, it's not their
Yeah.
cousin,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So it
Yeah.
doesn't matter, you know, it's a joke.
It's a joke to them. Yeah. But this is something that you and your family deal with every day. I mean, your daughter kids. I mean, but this is another thing. Even if there was dysfunction, which I know you're saying it's not, why would Let still leave her kids though? And she loved them.
Exactly.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, at the end of the day, why would she leave? Why would she leave her kids behind? She loved her children. She always had them. I mean, she was a single mother. I mean, so but Miss Simpkins, people just come up with crazy stuff. For one, because you won't talk to them. For two, because you
Because
won't give them any attention.
you know what they failed to realize? I don't have to.
Exactly.
I don't have to talk to them. What do I owe them?
Exactly.
It's
Nothing.
not their daughter, it's mine.
Exactly. 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 It's 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 just unbelievable that people will go to the
You know,
extent they have gone.
I just refuse to entertain foolishness.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not gonna entertain it. You know,
Yeah.
they want me to get on Facebook and rant and rave and
No,
cut
don't do
up.
it. No,
I don't have time for that.
no,
I got
ma'am.
too much to do.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
And
ma'am.
one is to find out what happened to my
Yeah.
child and who did it, and I want justice.
Yeah. 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 This is this is egregious. This is egregious. But justice for Alexis Ware. And then people try to say we trying to get justice for Alexis. How you gonna get justice for someone when you are attacking her mom? I mean, how I mean, that doesn't even make sense. It's like, how are you trying to get justice for someone and then you are attacking people that are trying to help her? How are you trying to get justice for someone when you are attacking people who are trying to, I mean, when you're trying to help find out what happens, you kill your credibility when you do that. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Exactly. Because anything that she may have been involved in
yeah,
or
yeah,
done,
yeah,
anything,
yeah, yeah.
what does that have to do with what happened?
Right, 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 right.
And the things they say about me, which I don't care, because at the end of the day, I know who I am.
Yes, yes, yes.
You know, if
Absolutely.
I didn't know who I am, I'll let everything that these people say
Yeah,
absorb and drive me crazy. And I refuse to.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Absolutely,
That has
absolutely.
nothing to do with what
Mhm.
happened to her.
Yeah,
So when I look at and hear some of the stuff that's being said, what does it have to do with her whereabouts?
right.
You
Yeah,
know? So I feel like
yeah,
all they doing is chasing clout and making money off of her name.
mhm, yeah. Let me ask you a question.
Because ain't nothing that has been said
Mhm.
is credible.
Right. Oh, we know that. Trust and believe. Trust and believe. And it ain't credible from the person it's coming from. Trust and believe, because, just trust and believe. We know it ain't credible because they not credible. We already know that. So, the proof is in the pudding. And then when we get to court, the judge gonna say you ain't credible. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, let me ask you this. I did Leslie win a lottery or something? Lottery?
That when she played the lottery, what, a day or two before she got here. So I want to say that Wednesday, Thursday she played.
Mhm.
That's the first time she have ever played the lottery. She
Right,
ain't know nothing about no lottery.
right, right. Did she hit?
I don't know if she did or not. They
Oh,
told me that the tickets were still in her car. That's another thing that was still in her car. She was adamant that she had not won the lottery. So I knew that Monday
mhm,
when we didn't hear anything from Lex, and Lex was supposed to go to the lottery headquarters.
mhm.
That never happened. Oh, I knew then something wasn't right.
Yeah.
And when they found
Wow.
her car, those tickets was in the car too.
So the police still have them in their custody?
Yes. They have everything. People say I got her cell phone. No, my daughter used my email as her backup email.
Right. Yeah.
And I got tired of TJ Patterson going on her Facebook, Instagram, deleting stuff out of me and her conversation in Messenger. And I blocked his ass from her accounts.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Because I was about to
Her
say,
phones, everything. They told me if this missing person case turns into a murder investigation, that nothing would be tampered with because they still have everything.
right. Good. Good. And we just need we need I mean, how was the search? How was the search for her?
We went on quite a few searches, but it was hard for me because, like I said, at that time I still had drain tubes in me.
Yeah, 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 yeah. 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 Wow. Miss Alberta, thank you so much for taking the time out. I know it's getting late and I want to let you go. Thank you so much for telling your daughter's story. Thank you for staying true to yourself. And thank you for just being who you are. And as you stated earlier, we're praying that God just shed some light, and give you some answers. And all of us who support the NC Beat, who follow cases, missing people cases like this, we will always be here to support you anytime you need us. Um, you know, we can't control the negativity that people put out, but I do know one thing for sure, that those who spread the lies, and like I said, one person at the helm of all of this, they will be receiving, you know we already talked about that, you know. Um, and I just want to thank you so much for coming up here and talking with me. Thank you so much, Miss Alberta.
You're welcome. I appreciate you.
Yes, ma'am. I'll call you tomorrow.
All right.
All right. Good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye. All right, y'all. That was Miss Alberta Simpkins, Alexis Ware mother. I hope I gave you guys some insight on stuff that was going on. Woo! I tell you one thing. This is a story. This is a case. This is a story. I just pray that the truth come out. You know, mom's Miss Simpkins said that she believed her daughter is gone. You know, the detective told her that they believe, you know, she's alive. I don't believe the mom is hiding anything. I don't believe that she's involved. Y'all, if you don't have facts to support what you're saying, don't put it out there, because that does hinder the police. You have the police thinking, you know, that she's alive because of what people are posting. I mean, and these people are not reputable. These people have no credibility. You know what I'm saying? All they do is they go get old news that's already been talked about, and they try to bring it to their stuff as if it's new. We don't seen that. We don't heard that. You know, whatever. And then, you know, when they get sued, they want to start apologizing. Ain't no use to apologizing now. Ain't no use to apologizing now. And this mother has been through a lot. And I told her on the phone that I know an attorney who would gladly take her case to sue this individual that has been doing this. And I already know that the individual doesn't have any money to fight a lawsuit. They don't. I know that. I mean, my attorneys did all that research today. And so when you get to court and the attorneys ask you to show proof that this mother was involved, how you going to do that? How you going to do that, girl? With them big lips, sucking all that dick over there. How you going to do that, girl? When our attorneys ask you, how was Mr. Jackson covering up the Shanquella Robinson case and the Alexis Ware case, how you going to prove that, girl? How you going to prove that, girl? You ain't going to be able to prove that. You can't pawn the fake gold teeth, and you can't pawn that fake ass chain you got, because it's not worth nothing but 25 cents. How you going to prove it, girl? Girl, how you going to prove it? You can't call a tarot reader, girl. A tarot reader ain't going to help you prove the case. We dealing with facts. How you going to prove that, girl? How you going to prove that? We're dealing with facts. It's only $25. How you going to prove that, girl? Ma'am, how you going to prove that, ma'am? So, you know, carry on, girl. We the people want to know, how you going to prove that? How you going to prove that, girl? And moderators, block them hoes. Don't drop that fuck nigga shit in my goddamn channel. Block that pussy ass hoe. Block them hoes that come up in here saying that pussy ass nigga name. Fuck that nigga. We'll see him in court. I need me a skate rink. I want to build my mama house from the ground up. I want to get my brother a Bentley. I want to buy me some more dogs. I need a motherfucking goddamn John Deere tractor. Girl, look like your pocket's gonna be deep. I'm gonna see you gonna put that money where your mouth is. Huh? How you gonna prove that, girl? Girl, how you gonna prove that, girl? Post this one. How you gon' prove that? How you gonna prove that, girl? Where the money reside? What do you look like? You better go ask Shell. Can you borrow $45,000? Because I'm coming for $1 million. I'm going to see my doctor. I'm going to see my motherfucking counselor and my psychiatrist Monday. I'm going through. I'm hurt. I got anxiety. I'm depressed. I've been eating motherfucking tissue cans and water bottles. I'm going through. How you gonna prove that, girl? Baby, I'm coming for your mammy house and your daddy house and the house that you never had. Somebody get Janice on the line. This is an NCB exclusive. And you're going to lose. You know how you're going to lose? Because my ancestors on my side. How you going to prove this, girl? Material girl! How you going to prove your... How you going to prove that this mother isn't involved in her daughter's disappearance? How you going to prove that? How are you going to prove that this mother is involved in her daughter's disappearance? How you going to prove that? We're waiting. You should start proving your case now on YouTube. Are you going to prove it? No, my God, I can't prove it. Fair use, allegedly. Baby, allegedly don't protect you all the time. Allegedly only works when you know for a fact that you don't know what you're saying is to be a fact. But when you know what you're saying is not true, you can't use allegedly. And we can prove it, prove it. So, Miss Alberta, girl, you ain't got to worry about that lottery ticket because you're going to be a rich woman. Thanks to Mr. Jackson. Because we coming for your coin. We going to the hood. Hey, so, go over there and ask Material Girl. How you going? Gerald said, how you going to prove it? All right, y'all. They said, Gerald, you got some detectives in the comments. I got them in the comments. How you gonna prove it? How you gonna prove it? How you gonna prove it? Baby, I've been eating tissue cans and water bottles. I'm depressed. I'm like everybody else. I got anxiety. So you know, people just all we want to know is that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get me a shirt to say, how you gonna prove it? How you gonna prove I'm related to Dejanay? How you gonna prove I'm Dejanay Jackson and I murdered Shanquella Robinson? How you gonna prove I'm coming up Alexis Ware case? How you gonna prove I'm coming up Shanquella case? How you gonna prove that? My attorney want to know how you gonna prove it. Make another video. Send the people over here to the NCB so they can see the work that I do and they can follow and subscribe. How you gonna prove it, bitch? All right, y'all. I got to cut this interview. On Facebook, you know, it's gonna be up like this, but on YouTube, I'm gonna chop it up just to get this end off of it. I might come back for an after show, you know. I might come back for a Gerald after dark. How you gonna prove? Look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, why don't you ask the devil how he gonna prove it? Well, look at your other neighbor. Even if their breath don't smell good tonight, even if they still got popcorn kernels stuck in their teeth, even if it smell like boo-boo, even if they teeth green from wearing all that fake gold in their mouth, even if their neck is black, won't you look at them and say, how you gonna prove it? How you gonna prove it? Oh, how you gonna prove it? We know you ain't got no money. We know that when you get sued, all your followers gonna run for the hills. They gonna say, nah, not a boo-boo. You told them lies on your own. And now you're gonna have to pay on your own. We sent you a super chat to get a burger. We sent you a super chat to go to Carolina Ale House. We sent you a cash app to put some gas in your car. But we ain't send you no money to pay Mr. Jackson and Miss Alberta. And we want to know what Mr. Jackson want to know. How you gonna prove it? And then we want to know how you gonna pay him off. We want to know. We want to know. Did you retain a lawyer in Texas today like I did? We want to know. We want to know. Wow. How you gonna prove it? 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 Hold on, wait. How you gonna prove? Look at your neighbor. Say, neighbor. How you gonna prove it? Neighbor. Wait, hold on, wait. Neighbor. How you gonna prove it? Ooh, is you gonna prove it? Look at your neighbor and say, neighbor. How you gonna prove it? Oh, hey, prove it. Yes, here. I need some water. I need a rag. Bring me my cans that I've been chewing on. Cause I got depression. Cause he lied on me. I got depression. Cause he told a story that had no merit. It came for incredible, unrepeatable. It came. How you gonna prove? How you gonna prove? How you gonna prove? How you gonna prove? Oh! How you gonna prove it? How you gonna prove? Hey. Ooh. Yeah. My grandma said, when I think. Of the goodness of the Lord. And he's done for me. The Lord, he want to know how you gonna prove it. That's the gag. How you gonna prove it? You ain't got no credibility. You can't prove it. You a liar. You can't prove it. You got dummies over there. Y'all dumbass. You can't prove it. You can't prove it. I want to see you go GoFundMe tonight because I'm going to take that too. All right, y'all. All right. How you gonna prove it? How you gonna prove it? Hold on, I want to show y'all something. Hold on. We're gonna get on up out of here. Hold on, we're gonna get on up out of here. Let me hold on. Wait. Let me find something. Real quick. Then we're gonna get on up out of here. Let me find something real quick. And then we're gonna get on out of here. How you gonna prove it? How you gonna prove it? How you gonna prove it? How you gonna Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. I'm gonna show you. This how me, Miss Alberta and the Shanquella Robinson family. This is how we gonna leave the courthouse. Hold on. Let me get y'all together real quick. I'm gonna show y'all how we gonna leave the court. I'm gonna show you how we gonna leave the courthouse, baby. When we collect all these coins. Hold on. Let me show you. Let me see. Let me tell you. Hold on. Let me show y'all something real quick. And I'm gonna get on out of here. Hold on. Give me 1 minute. I'm finna show y'all. Wait, hold on now. What's going on? Hold on. I'm gonna do it like this. Hold on. Then we gonna get on out of here. I'm gonna show you how we gonna leave. I'm gonna show you how we gonna leave. I'm gonna show y'all. Hold on, I'm finna show you. I'm gonna show you. To everybody that got to go to work, if you can leave, you are already blessed. Okay. We ain't gonna do no long benediction tonight. You already blessed. You free to leave. Praise the Lord. Thank y'all for coming tonight to hear Miss Alberta daughter's story. Share this live so people can hear. We praise the Lord for you tonight. But we finna get on up out of here. We finna get on up out of here. I'm gonna show you how we gonna leave on up out of here. I'm gonna show you how we gonna leave. Ooh. Let me show you how we gonna leave up out of here. Hold on, let me see. Let me show you how we gonna leave. Let me show you how we gonna leave. We're gonna get up out of here. Whoa. Let me see. Here we go right here. This is how we're gonna get up out of here. Wait. This is how we go. Give it to him. You better bless him. Hold on, I gotta play that one more time. This how we gonna walk out the courthouse. Yeah. Give it to him. Oh. Listen, wait. Let me run that back one more time. Go ahead, Apostle. Yes, Lord. I'm gonna just fall out like this. I'm just gonna fall out like that. Let me run that bite one more time. All right, y'all. We want to know how you're gonna prove it. Good night, y'all.